here's where we begin. I'm Leah, bringing warmth and, genuine vibes to Salt Lake's happenings.
And I'm Garrett, keeping it chill while we deep dive into today's news. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, directly from Salt Lake City. Let's dive right in. First up, we've got some pretty significant updates on school sports. Utah now mandates testosterone levels for trans girls that are stricter than those for Olympic athletes. That's, intense, right?
It's wild. For trans girls to compete, they must keep testosterone levels below 66 nanograms per deciliter. These levels are way beyond what the NCAA requires. Critics are saying it's intentionally obstructive, almost banning them from sports.
Yeah, a lawsuit's already in motion with a trial set for April 2025. The whole thing kicked off after a judge blocked an outright ban. All right, let's keep it moving. Wonder if they're being a bit heavy-handed here.
Honestly, it raises questions about fairness and medical basis. Critics argue that it conflicts with what's actually intended by the law. Let's shed some light on this. Let's hope they, find a fair resolution soon.
All right, let's roll on to what's next. The University of Utah is facing quite a shakeup. Over a third of their diversity and inclusion staff have left following an anti-DEI law.
That's so interesting. The HB 261 law shifted funding from identity-based resources to more generic centers, impacting staff stability. They didn't fire anyone directly, but it led to major turnover, including big names like Marianne Villarreal and Malaya Garfield leaving.
Such an impact on cultural centers and staff retention seems like it could backfire. Can they really replace all that with something generic and still meet students' needs? It's sort of a head-scratcher for me. Okay, let's move on to our next story.
Weber State just altered their mission statement. They axed words like equity and inclusion to comply with the HB 261 law. Can you believe that?
Removing those terms was approved by the Utah Board of Higher Education. It caused protests, sparking a lot of debates about educational values. That's a curveball for sure.
The fact that Weber State went even further than needed makes you wonder why. Broader implications for our education landscape, I bet. Next up, here's something to shed light on.
Utah State University ended their Women's Climb Night. The activity was a big deal, fostering community among women climbers, but now it's gone because of new regulations.
The broader effects of the anti-DEI law show here. They replaced gender-specific events with coeducational ones. It erased these supportive spaces just like that.
And losing those identity-specific environments, that's a big loss for fostering inclusivity. Kind of disappointing, don't you think? Something like that is bound to have a ripple effect.
All right, on to the next topic. West High students really stood up for their principal, Jared Wright, after he was placed on unexplained leave. Over 200 kids walked out in protest.
Yeah, Wright's known for boosting school safety, especially post the November shooting incident, but the district says his leave isn't safety-related. Still, it's got everyone on edge.
A petition for his return hit over 1,000 signatures fast. It's crucial the district communicates during this sensitive time, especially with renovations around the corner. You can see why the students are so passionate, right?
And that's a wrap for this one. Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett here in Salt Lake City.
Hope you all have an awesome day. Be sure to swing by for our next episode.